It's almost hay season here in Hot Spring County. Our hay producers are itching to get out in the hay fields. Today we're looking at one of our hay fields that our producers will start cutting on pretty soon, and we're going to talk a little bit about some of the specifics of it. As you can see, this pasture has a lot of crimson clover. Crimson clover is one of the most common not only clovers but also cool season annuals here in Arkansas. This is an annual, but it likely reseeds itself, so our producers don't always have to replant it every year. The biggest thing for our producers is trying to decide when to get out and cut these fields. With a hay crop, you've got to balance the ratio of cutting too early, and then you may have your best vegetation, but if you cut it too early, you can stunt the regrowth, or even not have enough hay to be worth getting across by the time you look at production costs versus what you actually gain. If we wait too late, some of our forages may have already headed out. The stemmier they are, the higher their fiber. They lose their protein and some of their digestibility. So our producers have to find that even balance where it's worth their time, but still they have the best quality forage for their livestock. When we look at a cool season pasture like this, we want to cut it with the early boot stage or just as they're starting to head out. One of the first things our producers will do before they come out and cut the field is what we call a pasture inventory. So you'll walk around the field and you'll just assess what you have there. The biggest things we're looking for is the species, the height, and the quantity, so that we have a rough estimate. There's a great spreadsheet that can be found on our U of A website, and I'll put a link to that at the end of this video presentation. As we do this pasture inventory, we start walking in that zigzag pattern, and we're going to stop in 10 steps and see what's touching the end of my shoe as we land. So when I look down in this one, we're going to be on mostly clover, so that's going to get a check mark on my inventory sheet. For the pasture inventory, we'll continue this process across the pasture. We'll take off in the pasture in that zigzag pattern, stopping every 10 or so steps. For most hay fields, we're going to take around 50 samples. You could do up to 100 for a larger scale hay field. This producer has two primary weeds that we're concerned about in his hayfield. He's got Spring Beauty, which is our white flower, and Carolina Geranium. Both of these are cool season weeds, and it's really too late in the year to worry about spraying for those. These weeds we really need to spray before March 1st. For this producer, it'll be more beneficial to go ahead and cut this field for hay, even though he does have a low weed population. And as we look across this field, as you can see, there are patches that Spring Beauty is a little heavier, but honestly, red clover is its predominant species. This producer's best option is to go ahead and look at cutting this field in the next week or so. He'll come back at least 2 weeks after cutting and put on the first round of spray, depending on which weeds we're starting to see in our warm season weeds. It's important we spray for those around the 1st of June. We'll come back around 2 weeks after spraying with his first round of fertilization. As always, we can't have an extension video without talking about soil testing, which we'll do before we fertilize the field. And before we know it, it'll be our main hay season, which focuses more on our warm season varieties like Bermuda grass. If you've got questions about your hay fields, just let us know. The extension agents are still on the job. We're happy to come out for farm visits, and we can help you do your first pasture inventory as well. We're looking forward to hay season, everybody. Thanks.